Today it's an Ashwini Nakshatra Ratha Saptami. The seventh day of lunar phase is known as Sapdami, and the god Ganesha ruling over it is known as Siddhi Ganapati. When you are talking of Saptami, it means it is a lunar phase which is governed by Saturn. But see the paradox. The day is governed by Saturn, and in Ratha Saptami, the sun is born. It means whenever you are seeking yourself, your Atma, which is the sun, Saturn, which gets its directional strength in the seventh place, which denotes bondage towards this earth and which is also a Marakasthana, a sign of exhaustion where you exhaust your life prana shakti. The second house and seventh house are known as Marakasthanas respectively because there you exhaust your life energy. And in the natural scheme of things in the zodiac, Aries forms the Lagna and the seventh house is Libra. And in Libra, Saturn gets exaltation. That means the sign of Libra is that of a weighing scale. If you have an unbiased mind, if you are ready to take things with an unbiased way, the Saturn, the lawmaker, the justice giver, the one who delivers justice gets exalted. Sun, your Atma, gets its strength from Saturn. And you can see in the sign of Capricorn ruled by Saturn, Sun gets exalted. So there is always a relationship between the Sun and Saturn. If you are running a Sun Dasha, Mercury Antardasha, or a Mercury Dasha, Sun Antardasha, nothing is going to work out. Everything is going to be normal. And when you are in the comfort zone, you are not going to achieve anything. Even in Sun Dasha, Venus Antardasha, or Venus Antardasha, Venus Mahadasha, Sun Antardasha, you might see that things are not working the way you want to work. It just goes on. But understand, when there is a Sun Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha, it is going to give you certain challenges, and the challenges are going to push you forward to do something out of the box. And when there is a Saturn Mahadasha and Sun Antardasha also, the same thing happens, vice versa. When you have a challenge, you respond, you are going to grow. In a horoscope, where there is an aspect of Sun and Saturn, and especially if it's an inter-exchange of houses, you might see that the person is an workaholic guy who works in the night, burns the midnight oil, and starts to grow leaps and bounds. But if your horoscope doesn't have such challenges, example, assume a person has a Saturn in Scorpio, in the sign of Scorpio. Count 3 houses from that. In Capricorn, if he has a Sun, or let it be he has a Sun in Taurus, or let it be he has a Sun in Leo itself, Saturn is going to aspect that Sun either through its third aspect, seventh aspect, or 10th aspect. It is going to give him certain challenges. And that guy is not going to stop. He is going to work hard. He is going to try and achieve results. Whenever there is an aspect of Saturn and Sun, be assured that the guy is going to work day and night. He is going to achieve, he is going to be something useful for the society. The goddess of the day is Shiva Duti, the messenger of Shiva. Understand, even Lord Shiva became simple and humble in the avatar of Hanuman to serve Lord Rama. And when you are humble, you are going to achieve something, and that is what Saturn teaches. That is what Saturn teaches when he is in the house of debilitation, that is at Libra. Need not worry if your Sun is debilitated. Immediately you should check the position of Venus. If Venus is associated with the Sun, then there is no problem. Or else consider another scenario. Venus is in the house of Leo, Sun is debilitated, then it's an interchange of houses. Something is going to happen when a marriage takes place. Because immediately Venus will behave as if though he is in his own house, and Sun will start behaving like he is in his Libra. Sun being the Atmakaraka, even if your ascendant lord is weak, that doesn't bother us, because Sun is the giver of wealth, not to bother if your Sun is strong. If Sun is placed for 3, 6, 10, 11 from the ascendant or the moon, be sure that your resources are going to come some way or other. But understand another scenario. You might have your Sun in the 4th house, where it is not going to get a directional strength, because 10th house, the house of karma, is the place where Sun is getting its directional strength. At Lagna or ascendant, if Sun is placed, even if it's a debilitated Sun, don't worry. If it is in Libra also, don't bother. Even if it's a debilitated Sun, it's going to work well at the Lagna. 2nd house is going to accumulate wealth either through some way or other. That's also fine. But in the 3rd house, he's going to put some pressure. He's going to activate some small trips, journeys, etc. He's going to push you. But anyhow, he will make you win. Planets, malefic planets, a mild malefic like Sun, or else Mars, or else Rahu, they do exceptionally well in houses of 3, 6, 10, 11, where you need to exert effort. You call them as houses of skill, upachaya. But in 4th house, Sun feels not comfortable, because the 4th house is that of the mother. Sun, the father, has a different agenda for himself. Every planet has an agenda. And the main duty of the planet during its Mahadasha is to make you fulfill its own agenda, its own purpose. In 5th house, since it creates some sort of problems, but not that much bad, to speak honestly, because 5th house is that of Leo. But understand, in the 6th house, he is going to be too much brutally honest. He might have some sort of opinion which will express very harshly, and that might not go well in all times. But anyhow, he is going to have a say over his enemies or other things. He will win over his debts, diseases, and disputes. 7th house, Saturn finds a directional strength there, but since Sun represents an ego element attached to it, when you have a 7th house Sun, try to be humble, try to spend some time with your spouse. Things might sometimes not be so great, but it depends upon the level of humility or level of dedication you show in maintaining the relationship, because 7th house is obviously the house of joint ventures, partnerships. Everything is denoted by the 7th house. 8th house Sun is not at all great by many scholars, but there are remedies like prayers, respecting parents, taking care of health, maintaining good eyesight by visiting a doctor, etc. 9th house Sun, your father might be he will be a role model for others to follow. And 9th house, your guru might be quite famous also, if you have a Sun in 9th house. 10th house, as I said, it's fine. And 11th house is very good for making profits. You'll be making money, a lot of money. And 12th house, it means your efforts are going in vain, and it's a Marana Karanasthana. And whenever you are putting some effort, you're just getting things not done easily. And what is the best remedy for that? Today it's a Radha Saptami. Even if it's not a Radha Saptami, I'll tell you. Daily chant Om Shri Siva Surya Narayana Swamine Namaha. Om Shri Siva Surya Narayana स्वामिने नमः। ॐ श्री शिवसूर्यनारायण स्वामी।